On this episode of AV Week, InfoComm 2022 registration is open, supporting women in AV, and tech at the Olympics. All this and more on this episode of AV Week.
The network for the AV industry.
What are you listening to?
This
is AV.
This
is AVNation.
This is AVNation.
This is AV Week, episode 548. Get out there.
Support for AVNation is brought to you by Daylight, the leading producer of high-quality projection screens worldwide.
Welcome to this episode of AV Week. This is your weekly roundup of all the latest news and stories for the AV industry. I'm your host, Matt D. Scott for AVNation.tv. This week, I am pleased to be joined by two of my good friends. First, we have the one and only Dawn Mead. She's a senior AV architect and project manager at a company that I'm not allowed to name. Hi, Dawn.
Hello, Matt. Good to see you.
Good to see you. It's been a minute. I'm glad that you are here. I feel like every time I cover Tim, you manage to jump on.
I'm like a bad penny. I keep turning up.
I'm not offended. I like it. I feel like Tim's planning something here. Then we have Xavier Killikenny. He's a design consultant at CTI. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, Matt. Big fan.
Thank you for being here. I take all the credit. I don't book anything. I just show up when they tell me to. All right, let's kick this off, ladies and gentlemen, with a story that comes to us from our site, AVNation.tv. InfoComm 2022. The registration is officially open for Las Vegas, June 4th through the 10th. As typically happens in Las Vegas, the first couple days will be training, etc., and then the show floor will open later on in the week. Don, let me start with you on this. Obviously, this is good news. Anytime we have trade shows happening is a great news. First of all, are you going? Second of all, what do you expect this show to be? Do you expect this to be like InfoComm of years past? Or is this potentially going to be, again, a bit of an interesting year, we'll call it?
Well, I don't know. I'm just excited to be able to go. I was supposed to go a couple months ago when we had the belated Orlando show. In fact, we were signed up. We had reservations made. And that last wave that came through, our company cut back on all travel again. So we ended up having to bail, and I didn't get to go. So I'm excited to be part of this plan. Virus notwithstanding, I will tell you this much. For all of you that are my good friends, I'm going to hug you when we get there. And it's going to be weird because I haven't hugged people in forever. So, we need to get some many jokes in-person, face-to-face. I know. But seriously, I miss people.
I got you.
I miss people. My dog doesn't hug back. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to going to Vegas again, to seeing all of my friends in AV, whether I hug you or not. My boss and I were supposed to teach a class in Orlando, my boss's first time teaching. We weren't able to, so we're teaching again, and I'm teaching a couple other classes, and can't wait. I just, I love Vegas, I love Orlando, I love InfoComm, and I miss it. So that's what I'm most excited about. It might still be a little light on the ground attendance-wise, depending on where we are by June, because, these days, every couple of weeks, the status changes. But I'm going to be confident and say we'll be there with bells on.
I love it. Xavier, first of all, are you going? Is the company going? What needs to happen for this year to be a successful year of InfoComm? I know last year I deemed it as a success as someone who didn't attend. But I deemed the show as an success from afar, right? It looked very successful. If the show goes off similar to last year, right, and international travel is still hampered, shall we say, and the international contingent doesn't necessarily show up as strongly, does that still make the show a great success, or does it need to get back to its prior grandeur to fully hit success?
This will actually be my first year attending InfoComm. I came into the AV industry from the live event side of things, and then when I transitioned to the side that would actually attend InfoComm, that's when COVID hit, and InfoComm wasn't really a thing. So it's going to be a bit of a new experience for me, kind of being able to attend and actually meet face to face with different manufacturers and other integrators. But I think that success for the event has kind of changed, right? I think that first of all, having the event is one big success, and then getting people to show up and be comfortable with exchanging, more than cards, right? Sitting and actually speaking with each other and not having to have so many, kind of distance like setups for the event. I think just having that kind of in place and people being able to interact, I think that's a big success. I think that's what people miss. I can tell that from some of the trade shows that I have attended this year. People are just eager to get out, eager to meet other people and shake hands. Even on the integration side, from a sales perspective, some of your meetings aren't even in person, right? You're doing a lot over Teams and different platforms. So people just want to get out there and shake some hands. And I think that as long as InfoComm can kind of create that environment for everyone that's coming in, and the travel restrictions aren't so tough, I think it could be deemed as a success for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm looking forward to it and hoping to attend. Border notwithstanding, we'll see. We'll see what they do. We're having fun talks about borders up here right now.
I betcha.
I can imagine.
Hey, thanks for watching the first segment of this week's episode. To catch the entire show, please click the link below or visit avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv.